So a dozen years ago when we started, we were simply table makers. Over time, we've evolved the product into bedroom, living room, but it's only really this year we've put the focus and the main thrust behind our upholstered goods. So we've got some great new sofas, corner sofa groups, occasional chairs to show you this year. I think it's key that our customers will be able to fully lifestyle the product now, and this brings into play full Square Roots concessions.
Recently we've become much more aware of and tuned into the mid-20th century movement of Brazilian furniture design that has been partially obscured and overlooked for a while, but it's something that really resonates with Square Roots.
I think it's playing into our strengths, our appreciation and history of working with solid timbers, exotic woods, and also the craftsmanship, the manual skill as opposed to purely the mechanized approach.
Yes, it's not all about sort of mass industrialized production, it's more about artisan techniques, traditional joinery, small batches, small additions. These are all things that really kind of feel right.
Yeah, there's also a levity and a humour to the design as well that I think is part of our core.
Well, I think we've been known, haven't we, for live edge tables for a long time, and we've both had a love of George Nakashima's designs in particular, and we've evolved from that sort of school of solid wood furniture, but tuning into some of the Brazilian designers such as Sergio Rodriguez, and finding inspiration in developing new ranges using the sort of circular motifs that he was obsessed with. That's an example of.
Sofas and occasional chairs have always been a hugely important part of the market, something that we haven't really addressed up until recently. But not only does it put us into a very core category, it also enhances our case good and table offers just through better merchandising opportunities now.
Yeah, we've found it's essential to round out our collections with all the fabric offers, and both for dining chairs but also for the sofa seating options and day beds and occasional easy chairs.
Yeah.
The addition of the Belgian linens personally are my favourite.
But central to all of this offer as well is that we have a different take on what a sofa is. Wood is very prominent, exposed frames appear in all of our sofas. It's also allowed us to bring in another design mind in terms of Annalisa, to add extra creativity into what we're doing.
Came from a fashion background before I got into furniture, so fabric and textiles was very important to me. I enjoy the fabrics much more. I think that you could become extremely creative by just changing the fabric of the sofa. It's a completely different look when you use a velvet versus a linen versus a pattern. So I think that my background in the fashion industry has helped me to be able to focus more on the fabrics with Square Roots. This season we added a lot of Belgian linens, we added a lot of texture, we added a lot of color. A Square Roots product is very, their focus is on wood, so we wanted to warm it up and add a little pop. Texture you could find in a lot of different things. It doesn't have to actually have a raised surface or anything. Like, you could see texture within the lines of this, and you could also see texture within the pattern. So it adds a lot of depth to the product, not only with the fabric, but also with working with the wood. Another thing that I tried to do with the fabrics this season was be able to show their product in many different ways. So a lot of the times it was very masculine because we used a lot of neutral colors, but now you could see like the red actually makes it a little bit more feminine now and not so masculine.
So the Rio collection in particular I think is really exciting this year. It's got a very bold graphic look about it. inlaid brass beading in the design. I think it's done in a very subtle but interesting way that just creates a bit of a halo effect. We've been experimenting with some traditional gilding techniques using gold leaf for the first time.
To me, the Kulu corner sectional sofa with the chaise is quite groundbreaking for us. The Kulu collection has been one of the jewels, obviously, in our crown for 4 years. But adding the extra functionality of a corner group, something our customers have been really crying out for the last couple of years, I think it's gonna give people a great new way to set up the stores and to have it really as the focal point to the Square Roots merchandising offer.
So it really is, it's super exciting this season to be feeling like we've kind of evolved so much in terms of our product offer, our fabric offer and our leather offer. And, the new products are really bold and strong. I'm feeling really
I think
excited about
there's
it.
a confidence in the new designs, that's maybe been lacking for the last couple of years. But I think we've really almost gone back to the core, to the basics of what Square Roots is all about.